Recording in progress.
So this becomes a nice video that you can then watch all over again. Just let me, if we get too hot, last week we got a bit hot, didn't we? So what I'll do is I'll open them back doors. Let's open the back door, and then they've got the hookers.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you've got enough space. Now, so welcome to Tai Chi Antique. Oh my goodness. That's blowing. Oh God. Keep this thing. It's the wind. It's the wind. That is very windy.
It's the Portugal.
Maybe shut the back doors.
It's alright.
Shut the back doors.
It shouldn't blow that up.
Yeah.
Leave it on the ground and put it back.
Okay, that's cool. Back there. Oh, that's fine. I'll leave it there. I'll tell Tasha that the wind blew the clock off the wall. So let's just go back to this. I'm gonna, could you shut that front door? Can you close it? Yes. That would be really easy. Then we'll just got the back one blowing through and then that should be okay. That was a big old gust of wind, wasn't it? Oh, thank you very much. That's it. And then, gosh, it's blowing all the posters. Amazing. So, yeah, welcome to a very blowy Tai Chi and tea. That's it, what an amazing turnout. I think this is a world record, actually. That's fantastic. So, yeah, thanks to those of you that met my mum last week. She had a wonderful time. You all made her feel very welcome, so thanks for that. So we're just sinking the hips, nice and tall. I'll just turn the there we go. So this is me and my friend Peter. So I've had some really good news. On the 6th to the 8th of October in Overstrand at the Pleasance, we're doing another Rhythm and Moves. Rhythm and Moves weekend. So it's this sort of music. It's mostly based around this sort of music, but I'm also doing a mindful movement, Tai Chi based mindful movement sessions. And it usually involves cake and really nice food, and Pleasance is a really nice place to stay. It's very peaceful. They've got beautiful flowers all over the garden. There's an ice cream van outside usually, and we do early morning Tai Chi on the beach on the Saturday and the Sunday morning, but you have to wrap up because this is England. And it's October. But sometimes you get what do they call it, an Indian summer? Yeah. You know, when it gets hot later on, even though it's supposed to be cold. So usually what's happened in the past is that we've got this Indian summer thing, so it's actually quite pleasant. So, I'm talking to Peter this week, and we'll make a poster, and then I'll hand it out to people about the, and I think we basically charge a nominal amount on top of what the Pleasance charge, just to cover our sort of teaching and I don't know what you call it, co-leading or something, I'm not sure. But he's a very nice man, Peter, and he does sort of mindful, he knows all about mindfulness, and it's, you sort of get to recharge and relax and all sorts, so it's very good. So we're just breathing in and out. And just notice the lower back. So we did the first 4 last week, so we're just going to do 2 more this week. So we're not overloading ourselves with too much information. I would much rather do less moves in more detail, so we've got lots of time to do them in, and try and do everything in a rush. It works better, although it feels slow initially, it's actually faster to take your time to learn something properly. So, you know. So we're just noticing the feet, and we're all breathing. That poor clock, it's still working though.
It was the poltergeist. It was the poltergeist.
I think it was the wind.
That was the poltergeist.
You think it was the poltergeist? Okay. It's a more exciting story. But... So if any of you go to Ely Folk Festival, I'll be helping Carey out in his Tai Chi session, and there's a yoga session, and then I'm doing the children's percussion. Although we're calling it noise making. So I'm in charge of the noise making sessions for the kids at midday, so which is great. Keep breathing small. I've even got a pen now. One of my friends said, "Have you signed any?" And I said, "No, because I haven't got a pen that sticks properly." And they said, "Oh, you need to get a special kind of a pen that you use to write." So I've got the pen if you want me to sign it. I went, "Really?" And they went, "Yeah, really." I went, So, yes.
Sign one.
This is the EP. I've made a new EP. But the other thing I'm hoping to do this year is I did a little booklet about Tai Chi for the Keep Active Ely people. And it's well over 10 years old with some of the basic exercises and pictures and a little bit of explanation. So for many years I've been thinking, I want to do a second edition, really, that's been updated and it's got at least a list of the forms that we do, of the names of the moves and things. I've just not had the time, but I've decided that I'll better have a look at it and revisit it, because I know very good printers. I use the printers in Islington, just about, and they're very good and they do good quality. So I'm not sure, I've got to ask them how much it will cost. It's like a 50-page booklet, and I think in the olden days it was a £5 or something, but it depends on how much it costs to print it.
Have you checked out Burwell Print?
Burwell Print, do you think they'd be good?
Oh yeah, they are good. They take in people with challenges.
The learning things going on, yes.
You know where it is?
Yeah, I know where it is, yeah. I'll ask them as well, and it'll have to be the one that gives the best price, because it's the same thing with the t-shirts. We're finding out how much realistically it would cost nowadays for us to have a school t-shirt. They're probably going to be quite pricey, I should think, just because of everything's gone up. But it would be nice to have a little book with the basic exercises that you can read at home, with some ideas for. Because I was looking at it, and I'm thinking, oh, we've changed, I've updated since, might have even been in 2010, can't remember. It was a long time ago I made the booklet, and everyone seemed to really quite like it. Okay, and shake. So we just very gently shake. So yeah, welcome back. Yeah, Mum had a wonderful time. Aunt Marion and Andy took her to this amazing pub, but it was very posh food. So they have these plates of food with tiny little portions on them. The gravy just sort of, it was all a bit fancy. My goodness, it was expensive. But I didn't go because I was at work. But they took her out there. But she was quite. I can't remember. I mean, I would never eat in a pub like that anyway. I wouldn't even be able to afford the starter, but because they have lots of pubs like that in Brighton, but they also have lots of cheap pubs. And then we go up. But she joined in 3 Tai Chi classes on the Wednesday. She did very well. Stretch up, and then we just, oh, that's nice. So we've got a few new ones, because I learned a new version of this, but we'll do that afterwards. So we'll do the version we've done before, where we just stretch, and we're keeping the shake going, keep the shake going, keep the shake. And think about your posture, so you'll be nice and tall, feel that stretch, and then just drop. Right, let's do one more. Fantastic. So,
It's the Halloween shake.
yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's a bit like the Halloween. And then you come out to the sides, up, up, stretch. And then, great. Okay, so there's a slower version that I did with Eva, without the shake, and you just very slowly come up, breathe in, and then you stretch. You can go up on tiptoe if you want, but you don't have to. And then you very gently come down slowly. And it's like the same exercise, but because you do it slower, it feels quite different. So let's try that again. So just breathe in. I'm hopefully seeing Eva Scuba tomorrow morning at Horrible O'Clock. So you just go very slowly, and then when you get to the top, oh yeah, you have a stretch. You have a stretch. Now you don't have to go up on tiptoes if you don't want to, but it can be quite fun, yeah. You have a bit of a... It's a good exercise for improving your balance. I mean, once you get over the wibbly wobbly factor, it actually starts kind of working. Let's do another one. So just don't lift as much with your toes, just go slightly with the heels. And then that's less strain, and then slowly down. So that's the slow version of it, and it has the positive benefits of you get this lovely stretch feeling. It's good for the shoulders. I find it quite calming as well. I find it quite calming. So I was really, really happy to. You know, obviously I've been training with the Scoobers for coming up to 20 years now. Actually, yeah, 20 years. Yikes. And, yeah, I should be much better than I need to do more practice and I'll be much better, but never mind. And, I mean, if I'm not physically practicing Tai Chi, I'm usually thinking about, I'm trying to work out, you know, if my teacher's giving me something, and then I'm working on it, by kind of thinking about it and analysing it. So I'm doing it a lot. I do it a lot. But the best way of practicing Tai Chi isn't just by thinking about it, it's by actually physically doing it, because it's a physical practice that you feel through your body. rather than something that you work out with your brain. It's like, yeah, that way. More like, I guess, what a dancer would do, where they just practice the dance move until they can do it, rather than, oh, now if I do, it's not like a maths equation. But, yeah. So we've done that. Let's do the slow version of this. You just come up, now sink your hips. So we won't spend too long on the Is that clock right?
It's been upset.
Yeah, that's more or less. Just a, yeah.
Is it the same time as your...
Well, mine says nearly 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Mine says nearly 11.
Oh, that's a bit slow then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's okay.
It's still
How's
saying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll tell Tasha about that. Someone will need to. So I'm using my legs. So yeah, the music you can hear is me and my friend Peter. So you just want to stay upright. So stay upright with your body, then you come up, and then just relax. That's great. So this time we're just going to practice transferring weight from one foot to the other. Gosh, it is. It's got very blowing.
Nice and cool.
It's much nicer, isn't it? It's a little bit. So if it doesn't get too hot, and then when it, you know, then it blows a nice breeze, and it feels like it's coming from the north. That breeze, it's got a real bite to it. You can already tell. So when it's coming from the south or somewhere, it's got warmth, which it definitely doesn't have today. So that's it. So we're just now aim the weight to go through just behind the ball of each foot. That's not my knee, that's the floorboard. That's just,
It's probably mine.
yeah. That's great. Now what we do is we sink into your right leg and now turn, stay in the right leg but turn to the left corner. Then you transfer the weight, left leg, right corner, right leg, left corner. Right leg, left corner. So one thing that's a very useful thing to develop and cultivate is your ability to know where your weight is and what directions you're using. Really good for... It's one of the reasons why Tai Chi is so good for improving your cognitive function, and also your ability to think and use your brain improves the more relaxed you are.
I'm a bit confused with that one. Is it
Yeah.
the opposite corner to what you put your weight on?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You are completely correct. Yes. So if I'm in my right leg, I turn towards the left. If I'm in my left leg, I turn towards the right. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. Okay, now this time you come up and you open your arms so you're in a T shape. Like a gentle T shape with a bit of a curve in. Then you go towards the right leg, turn to the left, drop the arms. turn, and then the arms drop and fold. Then you come up, turn, drop and fold. So you want to really relax and soften the body. And try it a bit quicker. So now we've got it, we'll just do like this and you've got the momentum. So remember, you're turning the opposite way that your weight is going. The opposite way that your weight is going. If you haven't quite got that bit, that's all right. Just do something, and it's fine. We'll work it out. It'll, you know, eventually it will happen just through sheer repetition. This might not be the week, so it's all right. There's going to be tea soon, so that's the important bit. And it's fine. We're just here for a nice tea break, really, so we're all breathing. Fantastic. Okay, that's enough of that. The second and third are relatively straightforward. You just do that. Much better. That's it. Just let the arms drop. So you want to open the hands and just let them drop. Notice the breath as it comes in. Notice the breath as it comes out, and then you follow it. Follow your breath in, follow your breath out. Notice your environment. In the first third of the foot, you sink back and down, nice and tall, nice and relaxed, breathing in and out. And then very gently turn the waist and just really let go in the shoulder joint. I'll just show you that from the side view. So you just, and then with the momentum building, then the arms move a little bit more. But only once you've built it up properly. I'll stick the cup back up at half time, so I did boil the kettle once as well. Yeah, I'll try and get it, you know, very important. Well, tea's really important in evening, keep that to evening. So, and the next two movements, and then we'll add it on to the end of the first four, and then that will take us up to D rate, and then we'll look at a bit of silk reading. And we're going in the other direction, there we are. So the advert seems to be working as well. I've got an inquiry, so that's good.
Good.
Except the problem is they were asking about the Swaff and Pride glasses. We've left there, so but it's okay. I sent her a thing. And then the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Open and close. So we're doing the bird folds its wings. I'll show you that from the diagram. So we're doing the big version. There's a small version as well.
Big bird.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay, nice and relaxed. And then we turn, come up, do the flying pen. Or pen waves its wings. Okay, so let's do polishing the table. So just like this, you turn, you sink back, you polish, and you're counterbalancing with your hips and your hands, and then you come back. 1, 2. Keep breathing, very good. Turn. 3. Turn. 4. Turn. 5. 6. Let's do 2 more. It's very good for lower backs. Turn. 7. And turn. 8. Right, have a little shake now. Yeah, I think that'll do for that. Brilliant. Like nothing ever happened. Okay, so let's look at movement number 5 and movement number 6 of the Bud 1 Gym. But movement number 6, I'm going to do the version I I did with Ed at the school because it's a lot more fun than the one I did with Mark. It's got a little bit more involved and fun. But so what you do is you go into a big stance, go into a horse stance, and then you turn your waist like this, and you look to one corner, and then you swing round and look to the other corner. And then you swing round. And then come back to the middle. That's called bear wags its tail. Bear wags its tail, which I think is a wonderful, wonderful name. So let's do that. We'll do that twice each side, just so we go like that. We're looking. They're quite a fierce bear, I think. And then you go round, and then you look. And then you come around. Maybe you've seen something nice to eat, and then one more time. And another one just for. There we go. And it works your legs. So just give your legs a shake. It's quite parting the legs. Even though it doesn't feel like you're doing anything, actually you are. You're working the legs quite a lot. But strong legs means strong bones. So if you strengthen the muscles in your legs, you strengthen the bones in them, which is a good thing. Okay, the other one is called punching with a fierce gaze, or angry gaze, or focused gaze. So it's the translations from one language, especially one like Chinese. It's like a mixture of all those words. So it depends on the context, and it's quite. Yeah, it's literal translations don't always give the correct meaning. So one of my friends writes in 3 languages, so he'll have it given something in English and he'll turn it into either Portuguese or Italian or Spanish. But one thing he explained to me is sometimes you don't use directly that word in that language, because in that language it might mean slightly different things. So they have to get the context right. And it's kind of. So sometimes the moves get directly translated, but literally, rather than what's the word? Context. The context of what you're trying to get across. So you don't always quite understand what's going on, basically. But anyway, this one is called punching with a focused, angry, or angry gaze, or fierce gaze. I think I like the word fierce. Fierce. So you breathe in, and you breathe out, and you just breathe out. And then you turn the fist. And also, you keep the shoulder kind of back. You're not leaning, you're staying upright. And then you come back. And you breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and out. 3. Breathe in, breathe out. 4. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Now this is the bit that Emma does. Turn your head, breathe out. Breathe in. Turn your head, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. I'm just doing 4 each. Breathe in. Breathe out. 4. And then the fun bit. Breathe in. And then you breathe out. 1. 2. Sorry, I told you it was fun. And 4, breathe in, breathe out. And then you breathe in. Now you just stare forward, breathe out, like that. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And one more time. There you go. Have a little check. It's good, isn't it? It makes you feel very good. So the way that Mark does it, he just does that one. But very, very calmly, very slowly. But whenever I did it, I thought, oh no, I've done those bits because it just seems to be more complete.
Well, then that one you'll get that.
That way, and it's very satisfying. Yeah, it's quite satisfying. Okay, why don't we go through from the beginning? So remember the beginning movement, we've got that one, and we come down, and then we've got the bend the bow to shoot the bird. We'll have another look at bend the bow to shoot the bird, or to shoot the arrow. I prefer to call it bend the bow to shoot the arrow, because and it's like that, like an L shape. So you've got the arrow head, the arrow stick is going to go there, and then the head's slightly in front of the thumb, so it shoots out that way, you see, like that. Oh, that for the viewers at home, the lion's mouth, and you have the pointy finger, but you can also have two pointy fingers. Some schools have two pointy fingers, and some schools just have the one pointy finger. So it's yeah, like that, and that's where the arrow goes through, and you pull, and it goes like that. So very good. And then you have the stretching, just to kind of review, have the stretching between the nerves. So that comes up there above the head, and then the other one goes behind the back, like that, and then you turn, and then we'll, like that. That's the third one. And then the fourth move is wise owl looks around. You breathe in, and then breathe out, and then you turn to one side, breathe in, breathe out and turn to the other. So we'll go through the whole set. We'll just do 4 each of each thing, otherwise we'll be here. We don't want to miss the very all-important tea break. So we're going to go through the first 6 moves of the Bhadwanjin, the 8. So we're doing the 6 out of the 8 moves. We'll do the final 2 moves next week, just so we've got because I know the bending the bow is a bit of a tricky one, and it would be nice to get them a little bit more comfortable before we move on. So we might just stick with the first 6, but it's fine, they're still good moves. Okay, so we start like this, we're just breathing in and out. Nice and tall. Breathe out and begin. So you breathe in, interlock the fingers. Turn, breathe out and stretch. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, let go. Interlock the fingers. Breathe in, breathe out. It's called reaching to the sky. Breathe in, breathe out. So soften the body, soften the muscles. Breathe in, breathe out. And make the breathing nice and gentle. Breathe in, breathe out. Letting go. Nice. And then one more round. Breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So the second one we're going to do twice each side because it murders your legs. So, scoot, bring your right foot into the left, come up, have the right hand outside. Now step out, slightly higher, slightly wider than shoulder width. And then as you sink down through the middle, weight 50-50, bend the bow, shoot the arrow. Then open the palms, Scoop, stay down, stay low, bring the foot in. This is where the leg merger comes in. And then you come up, 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 up. Like you're a tall stick, you step out heel toe. Put your weight through the middle, sink, 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 sink in the middle, but stretch out and you look to the sides. That's very good. You open. Indeed. So don't shoot each other with arrows, that's me. And then you come up, 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 up. What we need is some targets. Make a chart with a real bow arrow at home with the target. Beautiful. And then just come to Wu Chi. Bring your hands down and go to this point. This is like a punctuation point. Stretching between heaven and earth. So breathe in, hands around the back, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Good one for the spine. Turn, come back. More time. Actually, we better do. Yeah, we're doing 4, so we better do 4 each side. This is movement number 3. Down. You breathe in. Breathe out. That's it. Breathe in. Breathe out. So you always put things back where you found them. And then the last. We'll just do 3. Breathe in. And out. We definitely don't want to be late for tea today. Breathe in. And breathe out. So that was movement number 3. Movement number 4. Wise owl looks around. You can stay either in Wu Chi stance or have a wide stance. I've seen both. No. So you breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. It's a bit like if you're lying in the bath or something. It's got that kind of feel, you know, when you just go, oh, you've got the candles, you've got the bubbles, you've got the smellies, you know, that kind of thing. And you're a beautiful, wise owl. You're a wise owl. And then one more time each side. We'll have another go at this after tea break, just fantastic. Okay, and then we've got bear wags its tail, which we did earlier. So we start like we're just looking a bit fierce, and we swing our tail. So wag your tail and look to the corner. Wag your tail and look to the corner. 2. There are other ways of doing this, if you have a look online, that with a lot more kind of turns in it. 3. And 4. And then, staying in your horse stance, punching with fierce gaze. That's what it is. So breathe in, breathe out. 1, 2, 2, 3. So actually, I should be more slowed down to that. 4. 1. 2. 3. 4. And then the fun bit. 1. 2. 3. 4. I knew you'd like that bit. And then final one. I love this bit. 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let's have a little shake out. And we'll just do this one. Just breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. So we'll have another look at those moves after tea. And it would be nice to do some of the silk breathing as well. One more time. Right, okay, we'll pause for tea. Have some tea, those of you watching at home. It's tea time.
Recording in progress.
So I opened both doors.
Okay, so we'll
Yeah, you've got a lovely breeze through. But you watch where you breathe.
we'll just go back to we'll just go through those last two again. So we'll just do this. You won't do the full version of the punching one, we're just going to practice the last two. And then we'll have a look at bend the motor shoot next week on its own. Okay, so the last two we did was this one. We'll just do the basic version. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're just doing this version. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. So working our way backwards. So this is movement number 6. Breathe out. Great. And then movement number 5. Is this one. You like this? You put your hands on your hips. You turn and you look. And then bear wag his tail. 2, 3, and 4. That's great. And then you come back to the middle. And then you always finish in this position, which is like your punctuation. So movements number, well, the 7th movement's quite involved, and the 8th movement's very easy, but we'll leave movements number 7 and 8 maybe for a couple of weeks. So this class is continuing all the way through, except at the end of July. I need to tell Tash, at the end of July, because it's the day after the Cambridge Folk Festival, I'm going to be taking the day off. So there's no class on the last Monday of July. No class. Because I'll be recovering. Well, what I do is I do the healing sessions. So I help teaching the Tai Chi, but I lead the DIY massage. So I do all the massage that I learned from various people. We do it because people will be tense and get a bit stiff. So we do the DIY massage, and then I'm stewarding on disabled access till very, very late, and then it's Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I need to break, so I have to have Monday off. Otherwise, it's just too much. It's just too much. So yeah, but no, it's very nice to Cambridge Folk Festival. So yeah, okay. Let's just have a look at silk breathing, but let's just practice that weight shift. So really feel your weight, shift from one foot to the other, and I've got a new one. Because I learned some new ones last week, and it will be very nice. That's it. So you want to see that, and you're making the transition smooth. So yeah, if you think about how much, if you went, although obviously we're not in a posh cafe when we're here, but even cheap tea, you're looking at a couple of quid now, for a cup. And you just think, oh. Yeah, my mum stopped off for a coffee at the station, and I think it was almost a fiver, and it was tiny. She was not impressed. She was quite vocal about her distaste. So this music eventually, I'll try and turn that into a physical CD. I'm trying to do some music that's good for Tai Chi, but I'll put it on the online thing first. And then what we're doing is we just turn, transfer the weight and turn. I'll just show you that as we do. And you're using your eyes, so you're, yeah, if anyone needs to leave exactly at 12, that's cool. I'm going to spill over to 5 past just because it took us a while to get going, and then the wind blew the clock off and all that, and I want to make sure you get the value for money, you know. So, we'll just do a basic silk reading number 1. And then I'll do the new one, which is called Part the Horse's Mane. It's called Part the Horse's Mane, which is new. And change. So the new one, I'll just show it to you. So we'll just do half of it. So you go like this, and it's like you're stretching your arm first, and then you release. And then you come, and it's quite high, it's higher than the head. We'll just do one side. Way of doing silk reading. It's not like the usual way. Okay, that's right. Try it with the other arm. So you turn, you feel that stretch, you transfer the weight. Transfer the weight. And she said keep it quite high. So this is a lot higher. Normally we keep it to about chest height. But she said do head height. And also the angle's slightly weird, so I'll just show you from the side. Look, so this is quite, it seems to come across. Okay, now when it becomes a exercises, again it changes. So you start here like this, and then you turn, and then you go like this. So you keep the hands in the side that they are. So I've been trying to do this ever since Wednesday morning when I learned it, and it's quite tricky. So it must be a very big horse, which is part of the horse's mane. Like that. So like that, then you turn your waist and the hands swap round. You move across slightly, but not enough for it to cross the centre line. Then you turn your waist and the hands move. Transfer the weight, the hands move. Not enough to cross the centre line, you turn. Don't worry, we will do this again next week. I'll show it to you from the back. So the important things is we keep the arms on the side that they're on. So, look, like this. Then you turn. Then you move. And then you turn. And then you move. I told you it was tricky. It looks easy, but it really isn't. And then you shake it.
I like that one better than windmill.
You like that one better than windmill? Yeah, so do I. But it has a similar effect to windmill because it works your arms and it works your back a bit. So it's a good one. We will have a look at the windmill probably on Wednesday. Let's go back to that one just to kind of... Okay, and then just to keep the other one on the boil, let's just have a go at this one that we've been working at as well. So again, it's another one of those ones that work the brain. It's very good to work the brain because it helps you improve your balance. So it's worth it, even if you do a completely different move, you're still going to work your balance because you're using both sides of the brain. And then what we do is we go to cat stance, we step, we go to cat stance, we step. Go to cat stance, we step, and then what we do is we do 4 steps forward and 4 steps back. 1, 2, it's a bit like ice skating. 3, 4, and then we go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once more for fun. 1, 2. Beautiful, everyone. We'll keep working on that one. Brilliant. Okay, come round in a circle. That was wonderful. That was really good. Let's go back to what we did right at the beginning, which was the turning the waist. So, yeah, the important thing is just to calm the mind so that what you're doing is very clear. That's what we're working on, being very clear. Oh, that's a loud birdie. I think it was a blackbird, I think. Is it? Well, whatever. It might be a nightingale, I'm sure. Yeah, it's a nightingale. So apparently they've had another brood, the kingfishers. Yeah, my friend Nick recorded this nightingale, so tiger return to the mountains. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So I'm really looking forward, hopefully, to see Master Chen Bing, who's Grandmaster Chen Shaowan's son, I think. Very, very, very good. Very good. Saving up for it. And then rub the hands together and polishing the face. And then rub the hands together again and give the lower back a rub. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and out. And one more time. Breathe in. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and back. Good. Well done. Give yourself a clap. Fantastic. So more Tai Chi and tea next week. Remember, there's no class at the end of this month. I will be in bed. So, all right. Take care. Well done, everyone. Great. Thanks for watching online. I hope you enjoyed